World of Warcraft has many super advanced alien races and creatures with godlike powers that listing all of them would look a little something like this. So I'm going to try to break them down into sections and subsections, all in the course of 3 small videos, which will then later become one medium-sized video. First off, the beginning of the WoW universe was either caused by a creator or a giant explosion, so there is no confirmed god, so to speak. But there are a lot of creatures called Eternals, who are all immortal in the sense that they cannot truly die, even if their physical body does. So, under TV tropes, they would be classified under retroactive immortality. Although, the label of Eternal in World of Warcraft lore is given out to a wide range of people of varying power scales. The Titans, Aman'Thul, Eonar, Norgannon, Khaz'goroth, Galganeth, Agramar, and Sargeras probably have had the most influence on World of Warcraft than any of the other Eternals. Contrary to popular belief, they did not actually create Azeroth, but kind of remodeled it. They're like a super advanced alien race of interior decorators. The Titans are the ones that gave the dragon aspects their power and turned them into Eternals, until they lost their powers at the end of Cataclysm. Sargeras, the bad Titan of the bunch, and the WoW equivalent to Satan, is responsible for both Archimonde and Kil'jaeden, 2 Eternals that are pretty much his generals in the Burning Legion, with Kil'jaeden being responsible for the Lich King, a human-orc combination turned Eternal. Next we have the Old Gods, Cthulhu, Yogg-Saron, N'Zoth, and Y'Shaarj, who are nearly on par with the Titans in power, as it is stated that they could easily take control of Sargeras and turn him into a puppet, if they so pleased. Like the Titans, they are super-powered aliens from somewhere else in the universe, and came to Azeroth after the Titans, and took control of the 4 elemental lords who were already there, each an Eternal in their own right. The Titans eventually came back to Azeroth and killed Y'Shaarj and imprisoned the remaining Old Gods as well as the 4 elemental lords. Azeroth also has quite a few native Eternals and demigods, Elune probably being the most powerful and well-known. Then there are a whole bunch of ancient guardians. The ancients are demigods of certain animals and forces of nature, with Sonaris, the creator of the druid class, being the most notable, and the 4 august celestials being the most recently added to the game. A lot of the ancients died in the War of the Ancients, fighting off the Burning Legion, and Grom Hellscream killed Sonaris during the Third War. With Cataclysm, a few of the ancients were brought back to life, since they can't really stay dead, and helped fight off Ragnaros' army in Hyjal, with Sonaris helping you kill Ragnaros himself in the Firelands. Then we have the Loas, the troll equivalent to the ancients. In fact, the trolls believe the ancients to just be Loas themselves. There are countless Loas, most weak, but some very strong, with the most notable Loa being Hakar the Soulflayer. Unlike the ancients, most of the Loas do not have physical bodies, and Hakar, the blood god, tried his best to get a body of his own by manipulating trolls into performing a ton of blood sacrifices, and was the source of a huge civil war in a major troll tribe. The Tauren also have their own gods that are a little more myth in fact compared to the other Eternals listed so far. The Earth Mother, Sky Father, and, for the Murlocs, the Deep Mother. The Earth Mother is the creature of the land, and her eyes are the sun and the white moon, also known as Elune. The Sky Father is just equivalent to the Earth Mother, and the Deep Mother is the symbol for all things ocean, and actually a Murloc god. The Taurens don't actually recognize her. The Naru are another super advanced race of aliens that have evolved past the point of needing a physical body, and are pretty much beings of pure light. The Naru are thought to have existed since the beginning of the universe. Unlike the other Eternals on this list, the Naru make it a point not to be worshipped as gods, and don't think of themselves as divine, even though they were able to supply the Draenei and Blood Elves, Paladins, and Priests with the same exact holy light that is used on Azeroth, leaving some speculation that Elune might actually be a Naru, and is a source of light magic on Azeroth. Although the official explanation for the Holy Light on Azeroth is that it functions kind of like the Force from Star Wars. The Light, or Holy Light, is a non-theistic religious philosophy more than it is a practicing school of magic, according to those who follow it. It follows the belief that there is a connection between the self and the rest of the universe. That connection manifests as what we feel through senses and emotions. When a person is moved in one way or another, that feeling or emotion connects him to the universe. Because he feels that emotion, he is reassured he exists, and because he exists, the universe that made him feel that emotion must exist as well. Once the connection is recognized, the person can then act upon the universe, causing changes to create feelings in others, and others are reassured of that connection between universe and self. There's also a dark counterpart to the light that is drawn upon by the exact opposite line of thought, which is the source of power for Shadow Priest. And then there are a few other eternal/demigods that don't really fit into the other 5 categories. Xavius, Queen Azara, Gazrilla, Ordos, and Medivh. Xavius was the right-hand man of Queen Azara and the second most powerful Night Elf before being turned into the first Satyr. Queen Azara, the most powerful Night Elf, was given extra power by the Old Gods and turned into a Naga. Gazrilla was a pet of the Old Gods and is most likely just a joke character, as his name is very similar to Godzilla. Ordos set himself on fire and was given his eternal status by the Fire Lord. And Medivh was possessed by the spirit of Sargeras his whole life, and is an eternal because of that. And that's it for the Mythology of WoW, or what I really should have called it, all the Eternals of WoW.